Class 7, Geography, Chapter 5, Water. The water cycle. We know that the process by which water continually changes its form and circulates between oceans, atmosphere, and land is known as water cycle. The sun heats the land surface. So whenever the sun heats the land surface, in that case, the evaporation occur. And when the evaporations occur, it's moved towards vapor as a water vapor, and then it's cool and become, and then it's changed into the form of condensation. When these clouds all form, and at last, when it's becoming heavy, it started raining, that known as precipitation. So this is the circulation of this water, which always circulate in all over the land surface. So not only in our country, it's there in all over the land surface of this whole world. And like this, the water always circulate. This circulation, as we know that, as like a water cycle. If we will see the world map, inside this, the most of the areas are blue color shown. It means that all are oceans. So that's why our Earth is look like blue planet. We know that this all ocean water are salty. They are saline. Inside this, the sodium is mixed, and that's the reason that taste of this water is salty. In per 1,100 grams of water, the average salinity of the oceans is 35 parts per thousand. Students, if you see the distribution of water bodies, you can see that the oceans are total 97.3% and that all water are saline water. Next, closer 0 to 0.0% that water is ice caps, totally freezed as like a glaciers ice. Next we have the groundwater, that is 0.68%. 68%. Next we have freshwater lakes, that we have 0.009%. So like this, that all water are just spread in all over the world in this condition. It means that we have very less amount of fresh water, and the saline water, it means the ocean water, we have in a huge amount. So as per we know that the fresh water we have in very less amount, so it's better to start saving from today onwards. Next, we are going to discuss about the ocean circulation. Mainly, we can categorize the whole movement of this ocean water in three different types. One, we have waves. Second, we have tides. And the third, we have currents. First one is wave. We know that this all waves move towards the land surface near the coastal areas. So these all waves depends on the speed of wind. As per the wind will be much more speeder, the waves will be also speed. A small speed of waves are good, that we enjoy, that we play in that. But when the speeds become much more speeder, that known as tsunami. So the huge tidal wave known as tsunami. If we will take one example of Indian Ocean tsunami, which was occurred in the year of 2004, where it was the height of the speed was near 150 meter, and it came from the speed of 700 kilometer per hour, near 700 to 900 kilometer per hour. So this was brought a lot of devastation, a lot of huge destruction in our country. And due to this, the Indra Point, the southernmost point of our country, that was connected to this Andaman and Nicobar Island. So that area, that Indra Point Island, was totally submerged under the Indian Ocean due to this tsunami. Next, our topic is tide. So the rhythmic rise and fall of ocean water twice in a day is called a tide. You can see here, one side is mentioned low tide and the another side is mentioned high tide. So whenever the water rise and fall, so that circulation known as tide. In the left hand side, you can see that the low tide, it means the water, and you can see the little bit portion of this mountain. So the water is low. But right hand side where it's mentioned high tide, just because of this high tide, the layer of this water increased. And just you can see the small amount of this peak of this mountain. And rest of the area are totally submerged under the water. Why? Just because of this high tide on that time. Next, how this tide occur? So mainly the strong gravitational pull exerted by the sun and the moon on the earth's surface causes the tides. As you can see inside this diagram, right hand side we having moon here. So due to this moon, when the gravitational pull is working, so that's the reason that the water is moving towards moon. So most of this water which moving towards the moon, that area, we're coming under the high tide, and just above and lower the portion is coming under the low tide. As you can see, mainly these tides are two different types. One we have neap tide, and the another we have spring tide. Mainly the neap tide are the lowest tides and occur when the sun, moon and earth are at a 90-degree angle to each other. You can see under this diagram where right hand side in the under the neap tide diagram, where all these three, sun, moon and earth, this all three makes 90-degree angle. In that condition, neap tide occurs. And the left hand side we having here spring tide. So the spring tides are the highest tides and occur when the sun, moon and earth are aligned. When these all three are coming in the same particular line, in that condition spring tides occur. As you can see under this diagram, left hand side we having sun, right hand side we have earth, and this white color that we have moon. So especially this occurs on, this is much more disaster comparatively the neap tides. Their speeds are much more higher. You can see under this diagram where we having the different colors we used for showing the tides. Due to this tide, how the different water is moving towards these two different areas, towards the sun and towards the moon. So the first one, that red orange color, that is showing you the moon tide. The next purple color, that is showing you the sun tide. And last the blue color, that's showing you the total tide, how it's moving due to the gravitational force of sun and moon. Next topic we having ocean currents. Ocean currents are streams of water flowing constantly on the ocean surface is definite directions. So under this ocean, that all water are moving in different directions. Mainly we can categorize in two different categories as warm current and the cold currents. So the warm currents always show with the red color, and the cold currents we show with the blue color here. So these all currents are moving in different directions, especially the warm currents moving towards the cold currents towards the southern hemisphere, towards the northern hemisphere from the equator, and the cold currents moving towards the equator. So these all warm currents and cold currents are moving. This movement of the currents were known as ocean currents. These movement of the ocean currents, which you can see that the blue color line near the South America, that is Peru, that's the cold current. Next you can see towards the red color that all are north equatorial currents or south equatorial currents, that all are the warm currents which are located near the equator. It means that area having much more, they are getting heat, and that's the reason that area having warm current. When we are moving towards the north pole or towards the south pole, you can see the cold currents as like South Pacific cold currents, or above you can see California or Labrador cold current. So these all are the cold currents which you can see towards the north and south pole. Between the equator we can see most of the warm currents. Thank you.